Hey, happy Thursday. Thank you for joining me. We are continuing to stitch our apron with the little herbs on them. So that is the plan. Thanks for joining me. My name is Alyssa Thomas from Penguin and Fish, where we make cute embroideries for beginners. And I'm here every weeknight at 8:30 p.m. Central Time, and it's a time that we can relax and craft together. So, all right, we are working on this apron a little bit more. I think it's looking just really kind of nice and slick with just that one color of green. So I'm gonna hopefully populate the rest of these, the rest of the top here with the herbs. I have 7 herbs total with our iron-on transfers, and we're on the third one. I'm doing sage right now, and I think we'll start another one tonight. And I think this will be the last night that we work on it as well this week. So, all right, it'll be an unfinished project at that point. All right, so here we are. Nice to see everyone popping in. We do have these other 2 apron colors as well. They have like really nice big pockets in the front, and then it also has like this little hanger that you can put a rag on if you want as well. So they've been fun. I'm playing around with stitching on them, and I'm just really liking how it's turning out. The nice little basil, all the little herbies here. So if you want some of these, we have a few left, and they're in the Penguin and Fish shop. There's the link below if you wanted to get in on that. I'm going to zoom down into here now, and we will start stitching. So we left off last night on the sage. Here are the other ones. So we have basil. We're doing satin stitch primarily for all of them, just because I haven't done that in a while. Just filling in the shape. So here's the time. All of those little leaves are like 2 stitches next to each other, like a little mini satin stitch. And then now we're working on the sage. So we got the big long satin stitches there. Ran out of floss last night, so we'll start a new one tonight. We have like this other color that's similar to the background color. You can see like here, we have a little bit of that other color in to simulate the back, but it's like the little vein of the leaf. So we've already stitched those in. So all I have left to do is a bunch of little satin stitches, and we're basically done here. I'm having the bulk of the fabric sideways like this or over here, just so I can access underneath easily. So I've been kind of stitching sideways to some extent here. Hope everyone is having a fabulous Thursday. It was beautiful outside here today, and it started out a little cool. It was breezy, but it just got warmer and warmer and warmer. We went out for a walk this evening, and it was nice. I still put all my coat and scarf and all that on, but you know, other people were in t-shirts. I like being warmer than colder, so I'm waiting for when I can just go out with my t-shirt on, and that'll be nice. We're getting there. All right, so I'm going to cut another long piece of floss here. We're doing that double up method, that loop method, so we'll get kind of a big chunk here. Ran out of the strands that I had already. Ooh, Jen says, pouring rain with storms here in East Texas. Wow. Yeah, we had a rain a little earlier this week, but I think we're technically still in a more droughtish here. Oop. Get that last little bit, got all tangled there. There we go. All right, that is 5 strands left. We'll use him later. Okay, let's double up our ends here. Get started on this. I want to finish up this sage, and we'll see how far we get on another one tonight. Hopefully pretty far. I have my needle minder I just have like sitting near me here. I don't have it actually on my little piece here. If I was working on a bigger hoop, I might have thrown the needle minder actually on like the piece like right there, but I think on the small one it'll just kind of get in the way. Having it near me on the table is working well. All right, I have to finish this leaf here, so I think I'll just kind of tuck around that edge a little bit and grab my loop. And that's our loop method of starting. Super easy. And okay. Maybe I'll start from the top because then we'll end at the bottom, which will be a good spot for the next leaf. So I had like maybe 2 more stitches worth on this leaf before we ran out of floss last night. Alright, and this side. So this one has a little curve to it, which makes me think I'm going to start on the edge and work my way over. So this one kind of runs into the other leaf here. Just a hair, but I think the different direction of the stitches, because of the different direction of the leaf, I'm kind of just going with the direction of the leaf, that will kind of make the different leaves feel separate from each other. At least that's the thought here. Oh, Kimberly, we'll be thinking of you. For sure. Whoa, what's happening there? Got a little mess happening. Alright, I think I'm going to just put like a little stitch here, because we kind of have a curve with this centerpiece, so I'm just going to kind of come up. Get the next part. Kind of getting one side, then we'll go down and get the other. We'll have to get a little bit underneath the vein here too. Alright, like, ooh, now, you know what, I think I'm gonna just start fresh. We'll start down here. Feel like I gotta connect up to there at some point, but let's get a couple stitches here. There. Now this next one I can go all the way through. Gosh, I'm almost gonna be out of floss already. This satin stitch, it takes up a pile of floss, that's for sure. Oh, Jan, thank you. Yeah, I'm totally digging this project too. I'm feeling like, man, I gotta stitch on, do more filled in shapes, and I don't know, stitch on more things. This is fun. All right, I think he's done right there. Let's do this guy over here. So I'm gonna rotate again. Just kind of easier for me to kind of think vertically, so I'm moving my piece to like where my vertical direction will be. Definitely gonna run out of floss on this one. We'll have to get a fresh floss. So this one's kind of curved too, that the vein in the leaf there. Alright, I think I'm going to start at the bottom again here. It's hard for me to like aim from here to up there. So we're just going to start at this bottom and work our way up again. I think that'll work. For a few more stitches at least, then we'll have to switch. Ooh, I'll have to get the iron turned on again soon, so we can do the next one. I don't know what one we'll do next. We'll have to choose and choose where it'll go to. All right, now we're connecting with the top again. Ooh, but I'm gonna be out of floss. Maybe we get one more stitch. Then, oh gosh, yeah, this is the last for sure. So here's another one that I'm gonna have to do like 2 more stitches to finish, but it's getting there. Oh, it's so pretty. I love how the light hits it. That's what's so nice about satin stitch, is that since all your floss is going in the same direction, the light hits it in the same way. So that's why when I move it around the light, it hits each leaf a little differently, because each leaf, the stitches are in a different direction. So the light hits it all just differently. And I think that's how we can, one of the ways that we can see the separation in the leaves there. So that's turning out kind of fun. It's subtle, but it's doing the job, I think. Oh, I didn't, let me scroll up. Oh, Connie's excited to get the transfers to embroider them on some cloth napkins. Oh, that's a lovely idea. Ooh, how pretty will that be? That'll be fun. You'll have to share how they turn out in the Facebook group. Okay. Looking sweet. Let's get another piece from our stash right here. Come on, guy. There we are. Zoop. It's kind of an extra long piece because we're folding it in half. Okay. I'll finish that sage leaf that we're working on and move on to that last leaf. Okay, I think I'm going to go from top to down this time, just so again, so I kind of end on this side, so it'll be a shorter jump over to there. Let's grab the backs of these stitches. I really like grabbing the backs of the stitches for this loop method. That's been nice. Now, I suppose if those stitches pulled out, this loop would pull out too, but I don't know, not very likely that those stitches will just pull out on their own. Okay, one more here. There we are. I don't want to accidentally stitch any into my apron anywhere, like accidentally have like snagged the end or like this little bit here or something and then not notice it for a billion years. So I'm trying to be aware like where all these extra little pieces of the apron are. Alright, let's start on this side. Now this vein is straighter. Oh, Jan, we don't have purple aprons, but I could get purple aprons. That'd be kind of fun. We were trying to get some navy ones, but they didn't, they were out of stock, so we couldn't get those, but we might still get those, but maybe I'll try and get some purple ones too. I know they have like a really pretty plum. So now with the purple and the navy, for example, so those are kind of darker colors, so these iron-ons might not be the best route for that, but I'm kind of thinking I want to do these these like iron-ons, I want to do a stick and stitch version of it as well. Because sometimes you might want, sometimes a stick and stitch is gonna work out better than iron-ons, and sometimes iron-ons work out better than stick and stitch. So I might offer both varieties soon. Oh, thanks, Marie. Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to using this. And we're kind of redoing our kitchen. We're not really redoing our kitchen, but like, maybe I've talked about this before, I'm not sure. But John and I cut a hole in our kitchen wall on our own. And so it's open to the living room. So we have small rooms, so it's making a huge difference. Even the hole where we can still see the beams, just having that hole in the wall has been so nice. We're gonna try and frame it. Oh yeah, I've talked about this because we did electricity last weekend, so that was a whole adventure. And then this weekend we're gonna try and finish cutting out the beams and framing it up and cutting a hole for the light. So all of that, we got to cut a little bit more of the drywall down, and it's old. It's like drywall with the plaster on it. It's from the 40s. So all right, we're done with this. I'm gonna weave in the end and continue that. But yeah, so we're gonna try and frame it in. So technically, the window hopefully will be done by the end of the weekend. It's not going to have any trim or anything yet. We'd like to put a table on the living room side of the window, like a counter. So we want a counter height sort of thing that can go all the way to the wall in the living room. So we can eat there, because we don't really, this is our dining room area right here where I'm doing this, so we don't really have anywhere to eat. So that would, the window with a little counter on it would be awesome to have a few stools and stuff. So anyway, my point is, it'll be awesome when it's done, and then I can wear this cute apron in the living room, and it'll be like a nice little finishing touch or not in the living room, in the kitchen to the living room, and it'll be the nice touch. Marie says, oh, DIY with the hubby, making those memories are great. It's been going well so far, so that's, but it's a long-term thing. Like, this is like somebody could probably just come in here and do this in a day, but man, every single little bit of it is taking a whole weekend. So sometimes we're not, if we're visiting people or whatever, sometimes we're not always here to do it on the weekend either. So it's been a few months that we've at least a good month that this hole's been here. But it'll at least be framed up, I think, by the end of the weekend. All right, I'm going to zoom up here. Well, let's first look at what we got left over. So I want to do another one, and I'm kind of scattering them across here. There's 7 total, and I don't have to use them all either. Okay, thyme, basil, and sage we've done. I can reuse those later, so I'm going to save them. And what do we got left? There's 4 left. So we have mint, dill, and obviously these are reversed. When we iron them on, they'll be in the correct direction. We have parsley and rosemary. What should we do next? I'm thinking of like right here will be the next one. So like so. Maybe it should be parsley, but that's pretty detailed, and I don't know if I'll get all that done in the amount of time like today. So I think dill we could maybe get done. Would dill be kind of cute here? I don't know. So this I just think we wouldn't do any satin stitch at all. It would just be kind of little, I don't know, we could just do the split stitch for the whole thing, and these could be just like little, they're curved a little bit. I don't know what stitch we should do for that. maybe just the stem stitch. Some of them could just be single stitches though too. We'll see. I think I'll err on the side of just like they're single just stitches, but if some need a little curve in, then maybe I'll make it a split stitch. But I don't know. Why don't we just throw this one right here? Then we'll have like rosemary and like parsley could go there maybe, and maybe mint like ends up somewhere like right there maybe. So maybe this one scooches in just a hair so it's closer to the thyme a little bit. Yeah, because I'm trying to scatter these a little bit. All right, I think that's good. We'll go about right there. Okay, I'm going to zoom up a hair. Let's get the ironing mat in here. Okay. I'll have to readjust this, but I have an idea now. So it's not going to be the same distance apart as these are. It's going to kind of hug this a little bit, but I'm hoping that, you know, I want this kind of scattered look. So we'll get those other ones in here. Maybe a little higher. Scooch it over maybe. I think that'll be fine. Oh, I gotta preheat my... I gotta move this again. So I'm gonna preheat the mat. Or the apron. And let's just put that back. I think we had it about there. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm gonna peek. So it's gonna be on more than 5 seconds, but that's okay for this pattern. Yeah, okay, we're plenty good. There, dill. Okay, so there we are. We'll put that to the side there, and let's get this in the hoop and see how far we get on this guy tonight. I really, like I said, I should put a paper towel down first. I really should. Gosh, next time I'll have to do that. I just forgot to get one out again. Because this could transfer underneath, and then if I put something else down, it could transfer from my mat here onto the back of whatever my next piece is. So I don't want that. That's what I'm trying to avoid. All right, Dill, it's your turn. And I think I'm going to start with the text again. That's been really kind of fun doing it that way. All right. It's just nice getting that text out of the way is how it's been. Okay. Need a new thread here. Oh, let's get back down here too. There we go. Dill. We should grow some dill this year. That's just good on everything. Do some pickles with some dill. That'd be fun. Yeah, the apron's probably thick enough that it won't transfer. It's not good though that I'm not doing that step. I should really do that. Okay, dill. We'll have to come back to this on a Finish It Friday sometime and finish up the other 3, I guess. Alright, well, yeah, I gotta move all this bulk from the rest of the apron, so I am gonna just kind of let it sit sideways here. There, then I can rotate it. Alright, I'm going to start with my little loop on the back. There we are. Oh, nice. Lynn says my dill reseeded and is coming up now. Nice. Yeah, I suppose now that I think of it, the dill that my parents had at the old house, that just totally came up over a year. I actually think we have some dill seeds in our fridge from last year yet. Have to make some refrigerator pickles with those. Okay. I think I've been just doing one big stitch for these vertical bits. Oh, I suppose I should do the vertical one first before the crosses. Dill. This whole time stitching just makes me think of the garden. We were out at the garden today just looking at it. We got a ton of work to do for it. But my dad started some tomatoes, and he said that there's some by them if we wanted to come pick them up and bring them back, so we might do that. Oh yeah, Colleen, that's super smart. Colleen says I use a piece of aluminum foil under the fabric when transferring designs as I've had it go through to the ironing board cover. Exactly, and that's why I always suggest putting a paper towel down. But yeah, tin foil, that's a great idea. Then you can heat it up from underneath too, which is good. Okay, so what is my strategy here? I think let's do the stems again with the split stitch. Maybe I'll get some of these other little guys along the way. Yeah, this would go like all the way up here. Okay, fine. We're gonna treat this kind of like how we did the time. Did I say stem stitch again? I keep saying stem stitch for split stitch, but maybe I did say split stitch this time. I don't know. Confusing myself. I haven't done much backstitch, just for the text, and backstitch is my usual go-to. I'm going to get these guys here. My usual go-to for straight stitches. Dill is always so feathery. I think that's just so pretty. There we are. And it'd be awesome if we can get this guy done. That'd be great if we could stop not in the middle of one. We've had to stop in the middle of all the other ones, but I don't think this one will take quite as long. And I think I might just try and do them for the most part with just one little straight stitches. One little straight stitch for all these little feathery fellas. That'll make it like a little thinner too, which will make it extra feathery. Alright, I guess we just work our way down here. Now some of them are a little curvy, and I'm not sure how I want to handle that. I think I might just... If I was doing backstitch, I would put them all in. I'm kind of tempted to do a stem stitch, but I think I'm going to do a split stitch. I do want to keep that curve. Just a itty bitty split stitch just to get a little bit of curve in there. I think that'll work. Most of these are pretty straight. It's a little shorty one here. Yeah, single strand. Oh, Amy says, I think dill lends itself to back stitches. Yeah, even a single strand. Yeah, small and wiry. I'm trying to stay consistent with my other designs on this, but if that wasn't something I was trying to do, I would definitely maybe do this single strand. I would have maybe done the stems all stem stitch instead of split stitch, just because it's kind of pretty. And like, yeah, single strands for all these maybe. But I am trying to kind of stick with the other ones a little bit, not change it too much. But yeah, love that idea of single strands for these. I'm hoping we still get the effect here. Hopefully that's the case. All right, let's crawl our way up here. Yeah, actually backstitch would probably be really nice for these little stitches. Maybe I'll do the stem stitch as close to the where I ended the stitch as possible, and maybe make them a little bit bigger so they go farther. Some kind of feathers out right away. This guy will get one last stitch all the way to the end. Not the little singles. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, there's the next one. This fabric has a lot of texture to it, so sometimes it's a little difficult for me to make out the line for sure. Like from far away, everything looks fine, but close up, it gets a little bit more difficult for me. Alright, this guy has one more filler here, and there's some on the other sides that I missed. Yeah, if I was doing this with the back stitch in a single strand, I would probably add all the curves into each one of these little little guys. But with the 2 strands, I think that would just make it too thick. So we'll stick with it here. This one I think curves a hair, but I'm just gonna not curve it. There we go. All right. Yeah, it's still looking sort of like dill. All right, I have a little bit more floss. I can probably get a few of these split stitches yet on this one. Then we'll get a new thread, and I think we're totally gonna finish this one tonight. That would be so well. Ooh, maybe I can get to the top with this thread. For sure. There we are. Maybe I can get these two little guys too. There. Now let's weave in that end. Yeah, it's fluffy, and it says dill at the bottom. I mean, that's the final thing that's like, okay, yeah, I see it now. I think. At least that's what I'd like to hope. Ooh, there we go. Just kind of weaving in the backs of a few stitches here. Looking cute. Ah, I just love it. I rarely do this like a whole like one color look, but it's really kind of, it feels just pretty, you know, feels like fancy. Just clean and pretty. I think doing one of these with tons of color and a whole pile of different stitches would be really fun too. And just like outlined, like how I usually do stuff, would be really pretty too. But it's a fun, you know, it's our free week here, right? The last week here, so it's kind of a fun to experiment here. Speaking of, it's crazy. I can't believe it's already the end of the month. It always is a little bit of a surprise. So tomorrow, I think, is the last day of the month, isn't it? So tomorrow is the last day, or is it Saturday? I don't even know now. But one of those 2 days is the last day of May, or last day of April, I mean. So that means a new pattern coming up, a new embroidery of the month. So the April Showers one will be going away. So if you wanted to get in on that bundle, still, that is, tomorrow's the last day for that. Oh, I agree, Amy. Amy's saying it reminds me of red work, like doing everything in one color. So red work is like that, like if you see typically like a white quilt, and then the blocks have like that really pretty red, and then that's just the outline for everything. Everything's a red outline. There's also black work, which is all black, and blue work, which is all blue. That's on my list of projects. I would love to do like a red work or something sometime. I suppose I've mentioned that before, and we explored that a little bit with the I Love Home quilt, which is another unfinished project. We just have to do the quilting on that. It's ready to go. But anyway, so that one, we explored the idea of red work basically, but I just used that coral color the whole time, so that coral pink. That was fun. So that I got a little taste of it, like stitching all the blocks with the same color. That was fun. I would totally do that again. I would love to do a whole like scene, like a really big drawn out scene, all one color versus just a block. That would be really neat. Like a really crazy, fun, detailed like illustration. Oof, I don't even know how I would approach something like that. That'd be like a years-long project. That, to me, what pops in my head is like a Hawaiian quilt, like one of those things. It would be just take forever. Oh, Amy says, I'm afraid of red work. Would definitely pre-wash. Yes, I would definitely throw some color catchers in there in the wash. Yep, that would make me nervous too. You know, all that red, like, our red and like DMC, in theory, I mean, like, it's all color safe, but you get all that like next to white, and that still is a little scary. But yeah, those color catchers though, by who does those? by like a Shout or something. Does Shout do color catchers? No. I don't know. Do you guys know what I'm talking about with color catchers? They're just in the like laundry aisle at the grocery store. Man, those work well. They work surprisingly well. It just sucks the color into them, like all the excess color when you wash. I've used that for quilts and stuff before, especially with like the bold colors that I use sometimes, like bright red or that sort of thing. With um, like for like bright red fabric and or just a lot of mixed colors or hand dyed colors or something, all that stuff where there's a question about how this is going to work out, or like for example red work where you're doing red floss that is potentially not color safe onto white. I mean, and even black work and blue work. It's all those dark colors that red and brown and blue are the typical culprits of bleeding. But yeah, dang, those color catchers though. I think it is Shout. Color catchers by Shout. Amy says I think it is Shout. Yeah. I love having those around and definitely use it on things that I feel like it needs. Where I'm tempting fate with things, then I throw one of those in. Trying to think of what I used that for last though, because I'm like, well, the jean quilt I didn't really need it because those jeans have been washed a zillion times beforehand, and like I feel like I remember placing it into the thing for the project. I probably used it for the chevrons quilt, the bleeding chevrons, the charming chevrons quilt. That had all that bright red and a lot of colors. Oh, and you know what? For the Splendid Sampler, the first Splendid Sampler, when I finished that up, I threw a pile of color catchers in there. Oh god, yeah. I think that's the one that I'm thinking of, because that had some hand-dyed fabric in, that had a whole pile of dark blue next to white, a lot of embroidery. Like, it had all sorts of warnings for, this is gonna bleed, be careful, and the color catchers did catch a lot of blue. So I'm definitely happy that I used it. Yeah. I think someone here suggested those at some point and got them and never looked back. Alright, this is feeling more like dill to me now. Just really feathery. This one's kind of got a few little feathers coming off of it. We'll just stick to the middle here, I think. Go all the way to the top there. We're getting there. I'm definitely thinking we'll probably actually finish a little ahead of a time tonight. So that's great. I'm so happy to end on a nice finishing piece here. I'm going to do this in 2 stitches, this one. Versus like leaving this hanging in the middle. Even though that's a good way to like jump back into something, just leave part of the process hanging. But I don't know if I'll jump back in anytime soon on this. We'll see. We do have a Finish It Friday coming up, so there's opportunity there maybe. But I won't finish the other 4 in a Finish It Friday, so that's not totally gonna work. Ooh, Gretchen says, I love how dill smells so summery. Oh, I love that description. Oh, it felt, I got a hint of summer today. That was just so nice. I think John actually put in the air conditioner upstairs. We have like a wall air conditioner upstairs, and um, tested out the normal air conditioning today too, and it doesn't always work. Like we've had problems with our air conditioner, but it started spinning, so we're good to go so far. So they're tested and on deck. Oh man, I hope I don't have to get a whole nother piece of thread here. We don't really have that much left. Just this one little bit to go. Oh, that's good. Amy says, as a quilt maker, if it's a baby quilt, I always pre-wash before gifting in unscented detergent. Oh, if for an adult I gift unwashed. Oh, and send two color catchers and washing instructions. Oh, that's a cute idea. Yeah, my mom, I know, always washes baby quilts too. Um, I I like doing that um, because I love when it all kind of poofs up. You know, you wash it and then everything just kind of crinkles up and poofs up all nice. Feels like a nice comfy quilt at that point, I think. So yeah, I don't know. I've never gifted one to an adult before. Yeah, I suppose now that I think of it, like someone might like the idea of that it's like still still in its like unwashed state where everything is just clean and pretty still, and then they're washing it first. Like that makes sense. I can see the appeal of that. Just when it's still perfectly square and fancy and pretty. I'm gonna make this work. I'm gonna get all the rest of these stitches in here. Actually, wait, there's only two more. This one and then one real little guy. Right there. Okay, there we are, some dill. Oh, it's so feathery. Okay, so I'm happy with how it turned out. I think it's totally fine. It would have been pretty with just the one strand, but I am trying to kind of keep these all consistent. Oh, interesting. Gretchen says, my mom always told me to leave my needle ready to pull a stitch when I go to pick it back up. So I've heard that for writing before. I've heard the idea of like, if you're a writer, to like stop for the evening or stop for your writing session like in the middle of a sentence, which sounds a little bit like torture, but then when you start right away the next day or whatever, you can be like, you can start right away because half the battle is just like starting, like looking at a blank page, right? So like if you know the sentence and you just have to finish the sentence, then you're cruising already, right? So that's kind of the same concept. I like that. All right, let's see what we got here. And I think we might even call it early tonight. So, all right, let's just take a peek, though. Now that we have 4 on there, man, that was nice. That one went quick today. Oh, it's cute. I'm liking it. So you can kind of see my little circles yet. If once I give it a good iron, that'll go away. And once I wash this too, which it's an apron, it'll get washed. Then that will go away too. So I think like 1, 2, 3, and then we'll have kind of a balance here. I think I'm trying to get it to look all scattered here. So I think 1, 2, 3, and we'll be fine. And I don't think I'm going to iron those on till, these are the 3 that's left. We got mint, parsley, and rosemary. I think maybe rosemary will go there. I don't think I'm going to put these on until later, just in case I change my mind of where I want them. But it'll probably be something like that. It almost feels like it needs another one up there, but I think if I get them just in the right spots, like hugged in here, I think it'll be good. But I am loving it. Really liking the look. I think it'll be cute on. I think it'll still be like this subtle, pretty little thing. So I'm stoked. I'm ready for it. So, all right, I'm going to call it a night here. All right, so let's, I'm going to try it on, though, again, quick here. Got done early. All right. So here we are. I'm going to tie it. Just because I want to see where the tie lands. So this will be good. So you'll still be able to see like all of them here. And then we'll get the couple more on. Cute. It's like a cute little pattern at the top here. Okay. I like it. I think it's turning out sweet. So maybe we do work on this for Finish It Friday, which will be next week Friday. And yeah, it'd be nice to see if we can crank out 1 or 1.5 more of these. And maybe then I'll try and just push through and finish it over the weekend or something too. That'd be a nice, just chill project. Oh, that'll also be, okay, so this might throw a kink into things, but hopefully not. So not this week, not tomorrow, but the next week of Friday, early in the afternoon is my COVID shot, my second COVID shot, vaccine shot, my second vaccine shot. And if I have the chills in the evening, I might not be coming on next week Friday, but we'll see. It's Finish It Friday, and I would love to just hang out for a little bit, but that'll be a question mark pending how I feel from the vaccine. I'm glad it's over a weekend, though. That'll be nice at least. Then hopefully I'm back to normal that Monday after, and hopefully I'm fine and have no symptoms at all. That would be the best. So anyway, that's next week, Friday. But tomorrow, again, is the last day for the April Showers Embroidery of the Month. So grab that bundle or PDF pattern or that iron-on or that pre-done, that pre-printed fabric tomorrow because we'll be switching to something new on Saturday. So thanks again, everyone, and have a fabulous rest of your evening, and I'll see you tomorrow. Good night.